Lateef, this is a defendant, or at the time, a husband in a messy divorce, who lived only a mile away from the home where his wife and his kids were living, where this murder happened. How much more of a problem does that create for the defense, that close proximity?
Well, it's a problem because it gives the defendant the opportunity to have committed this crime. But on the other hand, you could say he's always lived this mile away, and before this date, no murder happened. So it could cut either way, but it is something that the defense has to deal with.
You know, the defense attorney said that the prosecution wants you to think that he would leave his 3 young sons at home at night while he snuck out wearing a hoodie, broke into his estranged wife's home, and then committed this murder just to go back to the house where they were, because they were at the house with him, according to that opening statement. Does the mile distance make it more believable that he would possibly have left his children, even if they were young and they would have been there alone?
It does. I mean, a mile, especially driving, is not that far of a distance. So it's definitely problematic for the defendant, but he could also spin it that, like I said, he's always lived a mile away, and before this night, no murder happened, and it was all the plan of the stalker, if you will. So it could cut both ways, but it is something that's problematic because a mile distance driving is not that far of a distance.
You know, you use an interesting term, stalker, because it almost needs to be someone who had some kind of intent for this particular house. It doesn't seem that there were any other random break-ins or any other random murders in this area. So for them to say that this was a prowler, I wonder if they need to be more specific, or is it just casting reasonable doubt?
Well, it's probably just casting reasonable doubt. I mean, I don't know how much more specific they can get. I mean, their theory is it wasn't my client, it was somebody else. So I don't think they can get much more specific than that as far as what this other individual they're claiming did it, what his intent was.
Lateef, thank you for all of your insight. I want you to stand by because we do have to squeeze in a break.